When it comes to buying or owning a home, making a decision on what type of house you intend to buy, either as a first-time home buyer or someone who had already been in the real estate market and has been owning homes. Sometimes it can be tricky to understand or to fully know the specific type of house that you want to purchase. When you come and hear different names, some people get very confused because they don't understand it, most especially for first-time home buyers. When you come with bungalows, you say block of flats, you say terraces, people just get all of it confused because they cannot really place their hands on, okay, this is the type, this is how it looks, this is what it is, and this is what it does. In fact, from my experience, I've seen people calling A B or calling C D because they do not know the differences. Now, on this channel, one of the things we do is to help you as an investor, yes, a real estate investor in the Nigerian real estate market, to make sure that you have all of the information at your tips so that you don't get confused when you're making your decision and you are going to sleep because you know that you have made pre-informed decision. So in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Goodness Usman, your Fab Lady Realtor for Nigeria Realty 24/7, and of course the queen of landlord makers. I am here to show you guys the different house types. Yes, you heard that right. So after watching this video today, you will be able to understand the different type of houses that we have, most importantly that are common in this part of the market. So when we say terraces, you truly understand what a terrace is, or when we say a fully detached, you will definitely know what that is. For those of you who already know, maybe, just maybe, there are some of the designs we're going to be showing you in this video today that you're not so familiar with. So this is what I will say to you. You should watch the video to the very end, and while you're watching, ensure that you have all of your attention because it's kind of a masterclass, right? All right, I'll see you guys at the end of this video, and I'm sure that you would have learned one or two things at the end. Watch the video till the end. And the very first house type that we're going to be talking about today in this video is block of flats. Yes, so many times you would have come across the use of the word apartment, block of flats, apartment. They literally mean the same thing. Now, when we talk about this particular house type, it has different types of design. Note, in all of these house types, they all comes with different kind of design. So it doesn't mean that any design we're showing you today is about the only thing you'll be watching out for when you want to talk about that house type. Okay, they all differ. So you can even retweak your own house type. Right, exactly. So it's all about architectural designs, etc. So when we're talking about block of apartments or we're talking about apartment, like I said, we use the word flat or apartment. Well, it's about the same thing in this market. Now, this comprises of different kind of apartment. So you can have an apartment or a block of apartment that comprises of different floors, from one floor, some can be 2 floors, some can be 3, some can go all the way to 20, even 100 floors. We see places in Dubai who majorly have high rises more than we do in this part of the world, that they have apartments that have up to 100 floors. So anywhere in the world you can see different floors. However, in this part of the world, in Lagos, Nigeria, we're not so used to apartments that are having 100 floors yet. I'm sure we're going to be getting there because high rise is the future. But right now, the common one in the market is usually 3 blocks, and then you see some going to 6, 10, and 15 floors, etc., etc. So why it is called block of apartment is because you have it on different floors and it comprises of blocks of them. Loads of these apartments. Now, in each block, you definitely can have different types. So meaning you can have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom apartment in one block. And some can say, okay, one block can be just 1 bedroom only, and the other block can comprise of 2 bedroom only, or mix. So what I'm explaining here is that when it comes to apartment or flat, they are of different types. They can be mixed, they can be specific. So let me give you an example. The one that is close to home is the one we're currently building right now in the Avocado Luxury and Smart Apartment. Now, in this case, it comprises of 3 different types of apartments. 1 bedroom to 3 bedroom. Now, in some of the blocks, you have 1 and 2 bedroom together. And in other blocks, you have 3 and then 2 bedroom together. So some other places you can see 1 bedroom only in a block, and then you have 2 bedroom only in the block, 3 bedroom, like that. Some even go all the way to 4 bedroom blocks. In fact, in some block of flats, the upper floor is a penthouse. All right. So when you hear a penthouse, a lot of the times it comes on the last floor on the apartments. So when you're buying a house, for instance, now let me give you an example where such will be erected. Now in Synergy Gardens, which is in Igodo or Loja in Ibejuleki, they're going to have penthouses on the block of apartments, just like what we have in MIJA Residence. Yes, in MIJA Residence in Ikate, there are a block of apartments there. You see this block of apartment there? They have on the last floor, which is the 6th floor, is a penthouse. So usually we have the penthouse on the last floor of most of this apartment. Not that it is a norm, okay? You can have apartments that do not have penthouses, like what we have in the Avocado Luxury and Smart Apartment. There are no penthouses there, right? But some other people have penthouses. Now, if you see block of apartments in Ikoyi, places like Lekki Phase 1, luxurious places, Oniru, you will see them have penthouses because, penthouses are usually very expensive because it's for the big boys. So that being said, now see these designs. Now I've shown you 2 different kind of designs, right? So you see them like that, like that, like that. Anytime you come across like anything looking like this, remember I've said this, these ones are on 3 floors. The one in MIG Residence is on 5 floors. The one in Bloom Towers is going to be on 11 floors. So like that, they can go beyond those floors. So anytime you see a structure looking like this, just know that they are called flats or apartments. And then it depending on the designs and depending on the numbers of floors, definitely some come with lift and some do not come with lift. Like what we have in Bloom Towers, it is coming with a lift. What we have in 1876 in VI is coming with a lift. But in the Avocado in Abijo, it's just on 3 floors, so there is no lift there. All right, let's go to number 2 house type in this video, which is bungalow. This one is very special to some set of people. I've seen people who say that they don't like anything that has to do with apartment or flats because it usually comprises of a lot of people. There's going to be, so many people in the compound. So many will always settle for a bungalow. So now what's a bungalow? A bungalow is basically a stand-alone property. All right, in layman term. Okay, I don't want to come here and bamboozle you guys with too many sophisticated definition. Simply as said, it's a standalone house, but on a single floor, like just on ground floor. That's what it is. Now let me show you guys what a bungalow is. Now you can see this. Now this is exactly what a bungalow looks. Now, just like the apartments or the flats, there are different types of bungalows. So you can have different types of bedrooms, 20 rooms bedroom bungalow, 100 rooms bungalow if that is possible, because I mean, I remember that growing up, a lot of us grew up in bungalows and we have them in so many rooms. So let's say a bungalow mansion, if I'm allowed to use that, because I mean, those bungalows are not the usual bungalow that we have now. They're literally very massive and it literally looks like a mansion, but of course on just the ground floor. That's what the difference between a bungalow and a duplex is. So what I'm saying is the design is up to your architectural taste, and then it also depends on your use. So you can decide to have a one bedroom bungalow, for instance. Now let me show you an example of what a one bedroom bungalow looks like. Some people call this one a one bedroom bungalow, but it is actually a chalet. So let's go say that is a chalet that we have in one bedroom chalet that we have inside Peak Luxury and Golf Course, right? I've seen a lot of people call it bungalow. So for the sake of this conversation, I will let it go because I mean, it just falls within the category of a bungalow, but officially it is called a chatlet. Okay. So speaking about the types of bungalows, you see this category. So this chatlet now, we have the one bedroom, which is what you're seeing now, and then the two bedroom, which is slightly bigger. If you look at it very well from the view outside, it's bigger than the one bedroom, and of course in the shape as well. So you can have different design. Now let's see another design or bungalow. Now you see this three bedroom bungalow that is up for sale inside Peak Bungalow 3 in our area. It's the same one they have right now in Peak Prime 1 in Shangotedo. It's going to be in Peak Luxury as well. It's going to be in Peak Resort and Golf Course as well. It's going to be in Peak Gardens, and you see these designs everywhere. Different though. Now the design for that of Peak Luxury Court in Shangotedo is slightly different from these ones that I've mentioned, that is in Peak 2, Peak 3 or Peak 4 in Luju. So basically you can see these designs of the bungalow. Now there are different other types as well. They brought into the market recently where we have a design of 3-bedroom bungalow with a penthouse. Now that is a bit different, and like I usually say, that is the blend of the old school into the new school, right? It brings that old version versus new version. I mean, we the young people will want to buy a terrace, a duplex. So yeah, if you want to enjoy the old feel of a bungalow and still, you know, have your masters upstairs, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the design showing on the screen right now. Now this particular one, we have it in some of the estates, not very common in the market. Yes, you heard that right. It's not very common in the market, but for me personally, I love the design. So you can find this design inside the avocado one in Lacquer. Yes, some people don't know about it. We sold I think about 14 units there, and people are living there already. Now this is also available inside the avocado 1.0 in Abidjan GRA. Yes, very few units were sold, and it was the first set of house type that was sold out in that particular estate. Again, we have it in Peak Prime 1 in Shangotedo. People bought into it and it was sold out way before any other types of bungalow. So aside this bungalow with a penthouse, even the regular bungalow, you can always make a tweak to it, like I said earlier. Okay, you can have the semi-detached or the fully detached. Yes, speaking about another type of bungalow, the semi-detached, which is common in Peak Terrace 3. Now let's see it. You see this ones you're seeing, you see that it is a semi-detached. What does this mean? You see that it's slightly different from the fully detached. That's just the difference. 2 units looking together with a mark beside it. I call it it's somewhat like a block of flat, but not exactly, right? So just 2 units sitting together, a property. That's what you can see right now. Now, so the difference between the semi and the fully is because the fully, just like the name says, is a standalone. You alone in the compound and all of that. There's nobody besides you. Yeah, of course there are people besides you, but I mean, you can go around your compound. That's what a fully detached means. But for the semi-detached, you cannot go around the compound. You can't go 360 around the compound. You can only go through angle 90. Okay, the other part, of course, there's a demarcation between you and the next person beside you. So it's not going to be a case of you seeing around that. That's what it definitely meant. All right. So let's move to the other house type. Before I go to the other house type, like I've mentioned, for the bungalows, for the design, it's up to you. It's up to your taste, it's up to what you want. But basically, for you to just have a primary knowledge of what a bungalow, when you come and hear, oh, we have 3-bedroom bungalow for sale, oh, we have 4-bedroom, etc., etc., you know what we are talking about. A 0-floor or just 1-floor house. And of course, it could be you only in the compound, or it could be a semi-detached. It's definitely up to you. And they are usually spacious. That is why people love bungalows. Bungalows are usually spacious on the land size they are sitting on, and of course the rooms and all of that. So again, it depends on your design, it depends on what you want to achieve. In fact, let me mention that these designs are not even contemporary designs. There are contemporary designs now in the market that are way more beautiful than this one. Of course, these ones that I've shown you are just for our very low cost housing cost, but if it comes to contemporary design, like the one I have shown, I've done a tour with you guys before in Queen's Garden one way or further. I mean, you can see it right there. These ones are more expensive. So again, it is all about your architectural taste, because you know the saying of Yoruba that says "Obeto do owo look ba," right? Exactly. All right, so let's go to house type number 3, which is a terrace. So what is a terrace? A terrace is a look-alike to a duplex, but if I'm going to say it in a layman's term, it's just a duplex block of flats, so to speak. That's the way I say it, all right? It's a duplex block or flat, and you can also have different kind of architectural design. It's up to you. Whatever I'm showing you now has nothing to do, or you're not restricted to it, okay? But just for you to understand, what is a terrace? Especially this terrace, people get to what? They get to mix it up. Now, for Nigerians in diaspora, what you call your houses where you are, US, UK, Canada, is different. You hear condos, you hear flats, you hear house, you hear house. Yes, house, yeah, duplexes. They are all different from the way we call it in the Nigerian market here. So when you're telling someone that is based in Canada all their life about a terrace, they really do not understand what a terrace is, because what they probably call a terrace in US is not what we are calling a terrace right here. Hence why this video is very important for you, because I know on this channel we have a lot of diasporans here. So back to the terrace. Like I've said, layman term, it's just a block of flats in duplex form. It's a block of apartments in duplex form. Now, why did I say that? Because usually you will have terraces lined up, okay? Depending on the size of the land and the shape of the land, they are usually either horizontally or vertically. Okay, limited in space in terms of parking space, but when it comes to the rooms, that's the way that I don't understand. I've always never really understood why terraces we always have spaces in terms of the rooms. I mean, I don't understand if this is because of the elevation up or something. Now, again, for terraces, you can have them in floors, so you can have some terraces you see it on 2 floors, but some goes all the way to 3 floors or just 1/2 floors. Now, again, when we use this word floors, we use them differently, okay? Some people call the ground floor as a floor. Some say they don't try to call the ground floor a floor at all. So, is that you see them usually on 2 floors or 3 floors. Terraces. So, don't go, is that also a terrace? Yes, it is a terrace. In fact, I've seen designs where people build terraces and then have a penthouse on it. So again, when it comes to building, it's up to you. You can retweak it to your taste and then get your approval and you're good to go. So back to these terraces, like I said earlier, let me show you guys an example, some couple of terraces. So the first one we're going to see, let's see this terrace designed by Landmark, which is a trademark for their properties in different of their estates. Now see this one in Paragon Terraces in Okunwaja. Now, one of the things I love about this particular terrace is the design. Now, why do I love the design? I've said it over and over, because they created a space between one of the blocks. How do I explain it? Now, like I said, you know, terraces are either this way or this way, depending on the land size and the position. The land size, the way the land is positioned, is what also directs the way they will erect the building and how it will fit. So you either get it horizontally or vertically. Now, for this particular design, If you look at a block of terrace, now before I speak extensively on this difference, let's see that of peak terrace, okay? Peak terrace 1, this is the design. The design you are seeing here comprises of 5 terraces. Now, this one further showcases what I've been talking about. They comprise of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom terrace together. So the 3 units in the middle are 2-bedroom, and then the 2 at the extreme edge is the 3-bedroom terraces. Okay, now this is a design peculiar to efficacy construction. If you go to Peak Terrace 1 is there, Peak Terrace 2 they have it, Peak Luxury Court they have it, even in Arepo Peak's Garden they have this particular type of terrace. So this is the way terraces look actually. In fact, this design is even different from what we have inside Queen's Garden 1 is Sherry and Queen's Garden 2. Yes, so let's go see what we have inside Queen's Garden is Sherry Honest. Now if you look at this design for that of Queen's Garden, it looks like what you just saw that is inside Peak Terrace 1. However, apart from the colors, the difference, there's still a difference in design, right? Which explains what I've said earlier, that your architectural taste also determines what you want or what you're eventually going to get. But they look about the same structure. Now, for this set of terraces that we have inside Queen's Garden Honest, is different from what we have in Peak Terrace that you saw earlier. How? Now, this one is just 3-bedroom terrace all the way. 5 units of 3-bedroom terrace all the way, unlike the other one that they mixed it up. They have 3 units of 2-bedroom terrace and then 2 units of 3-bedroom terrace. So again, you can decide to have 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, 4-bedroom mixed together within your terrace. Is up to you. What you intend to achieve and get with your design is completely up to you. But remember, the whole essence of this video is for you to be able to identify the different house types. So that is it on the terrace we have in Queen's Garden. And now let's go back to the one inside Paragon Terraces, which for me is quite very interesting. What I showed you guys in Queen's Honest is what we had in the Avocado 1.0, which of course some of you already know. The estate is a fully functional estate. People are living there right now. But when it comes to Paragon, they changed the design, which I personally love. One of the reasons you will find some people don't really like terraces, but they buy it because terraces are usually much affordable. In fact, a lot of the times, terraces are affordable than bungalows. It explains why, because of the space. Remember, I mentioned that bungalows usually are spacious. And to get a space of land, 300 square meter, where you have a fully detached bungalow erected, in places like Aja, you should know that's why you don't have it common in the market. So it's cheaper to use that about that size or bigger to do a terraces. So they're a bit smaller some of the times, depending where you're buying from, depending on the location. They're usually, very small, car park restriction and all of that. Now, another reason why you find some people don't like terraces is because those are in the middle. So 5 units are the stretch, right? The 2 units at the extreme, which is the corner piece, they are usually at more advantage, especially when it comes to cross ventilation. Now, apart from parking space and all of that, cross ventilation is another thing. So for the extreme end people on the corner piece, they have an advantage of that extra window by the edge. So this is what Landmark has done with their new design inside Paragon that is so interesting, and it just makes it so perfect and not so annoying anymore. I mean, when it comes to people who have their preferences when it comes to terraces, they've sought this problem out, which is fantastic. So if you look at their own design now, you can see the design, right? What you're looking at in this design is that space that they have. Now listen to the video that I did there, and I explained this particular terrace design and why I love it. I feel it will be more interesting for you while you hear it while I'm on site. So enjoy it. This is a 3-bedroom terrace, by the way, with a BQ. Now, all the houses here comes with a BQ, which makes it very, very interesting. Now, some people call it a maid's room, but if you choose, whichever way you choose to call it, and it's also NC. So here is a unit, a block of 3-bedroom terrace with a BQ, and we have 4 units of it. Again, this design is also not a design that is very common in the market. In fact, it is peculiar to Landmark Corporate Realty only. One of the reasons why I particularly love this particular design is because of the twist they gave it, which makes a whole lot of sense. And this is one of the reasons why some people tend to shy away from owning a terrace. Now, what am I talking about? If you look at this design behind me, you will see that there's a difference with it. I mean, terraces are meant to be clustered, like you see the 2-bedroom terrace. All the 5 units are together on a row. But for this one, there is an opening in the middle. It does make perfect sense. What is the advantage of this opening here? It means that the 2 people in the middle get to enjoy cross ventilation from the window they have by this side. Aha, you get the gist. Makes perfect sense. Now you see why I love this design so much. Now, another use for this opening, come, let's see it together. You see, like I was talking about, I make reference to this window right here and this one, and then another window all the way. Now, if this opening was not there, there wouldn't be this window. Now, another use for this particular space, apart from the cross ventilation, is to have a green and play area. So they can convert this place to a play area for the kids. Okay, so the kids can come and have this private play areas. I mean, all of these unit owners will have to do that together and make it accessible to all their kids to have fun there. Or it can just be a sit-out area for everyone. So yes, like a private sit-out area or a private play area. But the one that tops the list is the cross ventilation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it on the type of house on terraces. You can see so many other designs. I mean, we have different kind of design in MIJ residence. I mean, look at this terrace design inside MIJ residence in Ikoti. Like I've mentioned, there are different designs, but they are just about the same structure. When you see what a terrace looks, you will just understand it. Basically, like I've said, in a layman's term, a terrace is a block of duplex, so to speak, lined together. Okay, they're usually in minimum 4 types. Some come in 6, some comes in, yeah, thereabouts. Anyway, so moving to the 4th house type, which is semi-detached. You hear semi-detached, you hear semi-detached duplex, you know, back and back like that. Now, what does this mean? This is a duplex house actually. However, it is basically the way it's called, a semi-detached, meaning that you have a 2 units sitting together that looks alike. Now, remember when I was talking about bungalows and I talked about the semi-detached? So it's about the same thing. Now, let me show you this particular semi-detached house that is up for sale inside, again, Paragon Terraces. So you can see these 2 units sitting right there. They look the same way, right? You can say, and of course, there is a demarcation between them. That is what a semi-detached is. Usually a twin building, the same prototype, but there will be a demarcation between them. Again, you can only go around the house 90 degree. You can't do 360 degree, unlike the fully detached. That's the difference. Okay, that demarcation. Now let's see another design, which is inside Queen's Garden Annex in a Sherry Knot. You see this 3-bedroom semi-detached with a BQ is about the same thing with the one inside Paragon. Even the one in the Avocado 1.0 is about the same design as well. Now, the one in MIJ residence is about the same design as well. There's something different. We have old designs that you can see that is different from this modern design, because if you look at these designs, they're more modern than the old designs. If you look at some old design, you wouldn't even understand what is looking like. I mean, but those are fusing out of the market. So with these are the kind of designs you will see. In fact, more recent contemporary designs are coming into the market. Now, one thing I also want you to know, that when it comes to buying a semi-detached duplex, you can also have a penthouse on it. Yes, I've seen people who build semi-detached duplexes and they have a penthouse on it. Again, it is up to you. It is your decision. It is depending on your purpose. What do you intend to achieve with your own house? And the good thing about this semi-detached is that you can build it on a full plot. So you can have 2 units of this duplex sitting on a 500 square meter. So what people usually do is that they build 1 unit from themselves and the one next to them, they have the plan to put it on rent. That is the norm right now. I mean, where I'm currently standing, you can see a whole lot of semi-detached everywhere. And then you find out that the first one, the landlord stays there and the other one is for rent. Okay, moving away from semi-detached, I hope you understand what the semi-detached is. There's no big deal to this one. Let's go to the fully detached houses. Now, remember, I am using the terminologies that we use commonly around here. And why? Is because what you use in UK, US, Germany, wherever it is you are, outside the country, is different from what we use in this market. So the major purpose is to educate you so that when you get to hear the familiar terms. Now, this is not us coming to say, oh, this is not how it's called, the right terminology. No. Is the terms that are being used commonly in the market, and it is for your own understanding, so that when you hear these terms, you get to familiarize yourself with it and say, oh, okay, this is what you mean, this is what, oh, I now understand. And with a better understanding, it helps you make a pre-informed decision. So for the fully detached that we always use, we see 5-bedroom fully detached, you hear 3-bedroom fully detached, 6-bedroom, etc., etc. Now, for a duplex, you can have, I mean, as many rooms as possible. Now, one thing I need to say is a duplex is different from a mansion, okay? In fact, there's a Maisonettes as well, all right? I'm going to get to the Maisonettes in a bit and the mansion. So let's talk about the fully detached. It's just the way it's been called. Fully detached, a standalone house. You can hear some people call it a standalone 5-bedroom standalone duplex. You hear something like that. What it just means is that you have a house, is only you in the compound. You erected a house. So let's say you buy a 5-bedroom, a 500 square meter land, and then you erect your duplex on it. That's a fully detached, because that's the only thing on it. So you can have a BQ at the back, but at the side it's okay. It's up to you, right? Like for instance, let me show you guys what we have in, again, Paragon Terraces. You see this fully detached house, which happens to be a contemporary design that I love. The 4-bedroom fully detached with a BQ. That's right there. That design is very, very, very lovely. Simple, but unique. Now, from what you have just seen, or from what you're watching right now, it's slightly different from what we have inside Queen's Garden Annex in the Sheridan. Let's go see that. Now, this one is a 5-bedroom fully detached house with a penthouse. You see the difference? This one has a penthouse. This one does not have a penthouse. Now, this does not look like a contemporary design. This is, the 4-bedroom is a contemporary design, of course, for sure. On the island, that's where we have, these are common designs right now in the market on the island. But this is on the mainland. However, they are both fully detached house. Okay? Fully detached house, but different design and different free. In fact, they're both sitting on a 300 square meter half plot of land. Can you beat it? Exactly. And the space in these two house types is just breathtaking and almost unbelievable that this is sitting on a 300 square meter. Now, you can definitely take these two designs and build it on a 500 square meter or a 600 square meter. The choice is yours. Some people even build their house on a 1,000 square meter. Why? They want space. You can have space for gardening, you can have space for swimming pool, etc., etc. Is all up to what? Up to you. So I'm going to move away from the fully detached. Like I said, you understand what that means, right? Now, the other house type is a mansion, like I mentioned earlier. Now, for a mansion, we don't have them so much for sale in this market. And the fact that people are moving away from such massive big houses is another thing. Now, if you look at it, there are different kind of design when it comes to a mansion, okay? But of course, it's still a standalone house that can have numerous numbers of rooms. You can have unlimited sitting living rooms. You can, I mean, it's just the way it is. This mansion is usually very huge and big. These mansions are usually standing above 600 square meter. They are the ones you find sitting on the 1,000 square meter. Even some have it on the 2,000 square meter. They have large spaces. You have compounds and all of that I don't have a typical video to show you as an example because we don't have it selling in our portfolio. Now, you will find some of in Lagos right now. You won't find mansions in this downtown market. I mean, anything in Kota, Downward Aja, Shangotedo, you won't find it. You will still find it in places in Ikoyi, VI. Yeah, not so much in VI. VI does not have mansions like that, but you will find them in Ikoyi. You will find them places like Lekki Phase 1. You find them in Pinnock Estate, in Banana Island, etc., etc., etc. They're usually very, 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 very big, and just like you can see in the picture. So again, for you who want to build a mansion, you definitely have to consider the space where you want to build it, and then the design is also up to you. What you want into it, trust me, there is a whole lot that comes with a mansion, and just the way it sounds, that's the way it is. So the last one that we'll talk about is the Maisonettes. All right, now Maisonettes are not very common. They're usually not very common in this market until recently that it has been in the market. Not that it has not been in the market. I mean, you find Maisonettes in places like Ikoyi, Lekki, yeah, but still there are still very few numbers of Maisonettes that you find. Now, what is a Maisonette? It's, for some people in diaspora, they call it a loft, okay? It just means that you are in a block of flat, but you can have that feel of a duplex or a terrace. So your sitting room, kitchen area is downstairs, and then you have a stair that takes you to your bedroom up. That's what a Maisonette is basically. So it usually comes in 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom, and you will find them together in an apartment. Okay, like I said, it's not common in the market. We have few numbers in Ikoyi, in Ikoyi. We have them in Ikoyi and in Lekki, and in this part of the market, Ajah, Shangotedo, Ikate, we're beginning to have more and more come into the market, and they are not cheap. So you will find millennials now choosing a Maisonette over a block of flat. So rather than just have a 1 bedroom flat that is just a flat, it's just there, it's just a surface 1 bedroom or a surface 2 bedroom or a flat surface of a 3 bedroom, they want to have a 2 bedroom Maisonette. In Synergy Garden, there are Maisonettes that are for sale. Even in Blue Residence right now, there are Maisonettes for sale in Ekate. So, Osakpa, London, there are Maisonettes for sale. So Maisonettes are beginning to come back into the market. Even in Bloom Towers, Oniro, there are Maisonettes up for sale right now. So that feel of, you remember what I talked about in bungalows with a penthouse, right? With a loft. Saying that you have the mix of the hot and the mid school, right? Or the old school and the new school kind of feel like eating your cake and having it back, kind of. Exactly. That's the same thing with Maisonette. So in a Maisonette is a flat, is an apartment, but you have the feel of you living in a duplex. Again, for those that will come and say, I'm not using the terminologies right. Like I said, it's not about the vocabularies, it's not about the big English, it's about simplicity. Me breaking down for everyone to understand it fully. I mean, the video is about understanding, right? Exactly. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video with me to this point. I hope I've been able to enlighten you one way or the other. Even if you know these house types, I'm sure you enjoy watching the different designs and then knowing that there are so many other designs. In fact, more new designs are coming into the market, and you know, like we say in this part of the world, those designs are bad. Like they are they are bad, and I'm looking forward to we having those in the new projects that are coming up in off plans. I mean, let's start phasing away this old ones. Yes, whatever contemporary you're looking at right now is no longer new, because new ones are coming in and people are becoming more and more innovative. I've been to a particular terrace in Lekki Phase 1 and I literally was confused until I was able to get myself right. It looked like a block of apartment, but it was a terrace. And the way they had the terrace, the way they had the parking space, the way they had the design, the way they had the way you will come in and don't affect the other person, it was just beautiful to watch. So people are thinking and then they are bringing about convenience in an innovative way, because like I said, there are challenges to this different kind of house types. There are reasons why people would choose a bungalow over a fully detached or a terrace over a bungalow. There are reasons why some age range will not buy a bungalow, because they feel like they're not grandmas rather than they grandpas, right? And you are stereotype that house type to grandpas, grandmas, uncles and daddies, or basically a retired home. Well, different reasons for different folks. But anyways, thank you so much once again for watching the video to this point. My name is Goodness Usman, your Fab Lady Realtor for Niger Realty 24/7, and of course, the queen of landlord makers. Now, I am sure that after watching this video, when you're next in the market to buy your new home or your next home, you're not going to be confused, except if you want to buy something else that is not in the market that I need to talk about. Yes, there are other categories of houses that are not very common at all in this particular market. In fact, the market of Lagos is completely slightly different from Abuja. So if we're talking about Abuja markets, some of these things probably would not see them apply in Abuja. However, some of them are also applied. But what I'm saying is they're slightly different, and so it can be different in other parts of the country. I don't know about any other part than this. This is where I major. So, all right, so thank you once again. Like I said earlier, that at the end of the video, I'm sure you'll be delighted that it was totally worth your time and you are glad you watched it. So now that you're glad that you watched it, do me a favor. Please go ahead and share this video with someone who does not have this knowledge and would love to and would find this interesting. And while you're at it, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, hey, what's happening? What are you waiting for? Come on, we want to have you in the fold. So hey, go ahead, click that subscribe button and also like and share your comment. What else type do you think is common in this market and we didn't talk about? Or do you think about these designs that we've just shown you? I have my favorites, right? So which one would you say is your own favorite? And when next you're building your own house, which of these designs would you love to build in it? I mean, I've saw this contemporary 4-bedroom and the 5-bedroom fully detached with a penthouse. I know a lot of people have bought the plan for me, and more people are still requesting for it because of the size of the houses. I've done virtually a tour on all of these house types that I've mentioned here, and I'm going to try to put the links on the description so that you can click them, go watch the tours, and then for those who want to build something like that, you can truly grasp how spacious they are, and then it can help you make your decision ASAP. Don't forget that we're here in Niger Realty 24/7 to help you become a landlord, a landowner, or a landlady. But most importantly, we have safe and secured real estate investment opportunity available for you that can help you grow richer and grow your net worth, because at the end of the day, is about the bottom line, which is what? Which is your net worth, which we are glad to help you with. So how about you call us today to help you get started in any of your real estate investment goals that you have right now, whether you're buying a land for investment or a land you want to start building in another 6 months, or you intend to start building another 1 year, or you want to buy your own house, whether the first one, second or third, whichever category falls in, we are here to help you. So I'll be waiting for your call. Until then, ensure that you, yes, you watching me, you remain safe and awesome just the way you are. So I say to you guys, what double.